Hey, it's V Smith, the Biz Tech Whiz, and I get asked a lot about websites. In particular, I have people come to me, they've had a website built, it's absolutely beautiful, they've spent quite a bit on it and it looks absolutely lovely, but they're not getting any sales out of it. They're not getting any new clients, they've maybe got one or two products on there and they're not getting any sales, or they maybe get one or two, but nothing like what they had hoped for, and it's certainly not paid the cost of having the website built in the first place. And why is that? Well, the reason is people's buying habits have changed. We've been through a triple recession, so for some people it's, they know no different. This is how it is. People make considered purchases. They don't buy an impulse. It's very rare that people buy an impulse. It does happen, but it's not as frequent, and they shop around. They want to make sure that when they buy from you, they are getting the absolute best value for money. So knowing that people purchase differently now and they make considered purchases, how can we accommodate that when we build our websites? How can we make sure that we capture everybody who is at all interested in what we do and eventually convert them further down the line, even if they then may not be ready to buy at the time that they first look at you? So this is how. So here we have our website. It's a bit like an island. So this is one I've drawn earlier. It's a beautiful island. There's a visitors area here, so when people first arrive, they see what it's all about. We have a client area here, which is this is the area that paying clients can get to. There's a few more facilities here. So they've got some beds, and they can build sandcastles, they can go in the sea, and there's a kiosk where they can buy some refreshments. And we also have a VIP area, so we have waiters here waiting hand and foot on people. There may be more comfortable accommodation in this area. So it's an island, nobody can get to it, and we have to encourage people to come and visit the island. So a lot of people think of doing things like social media, PR. It could be social media, it could be paid adverts. So this is the tower here, the broadcaster tower. They find out from an announcement from you, so you make your way across. These people here have come across in their dinghy, and they can come to the visitors area and have a look around, and they think, well, okay, that's nice, and they go away again. They haven't yet converted into a client because they're looking around, they're not quite ready to buy yet, they want to see what else is on offer. So they come to the island and they leave again, and you've got no record of who they are. You can't contact them again. You're just totally reliant on them remembering to come back to your island again, or hearing another announcement and think from the broadcaster tower and coming back again. But really, you want to be able to get their details and keep them in your filing cabinet. Now over here we have a filing cabinet. This is like your database of not just your customers and clients, but also your prospects, people who are at all interested in you. So how do you get those details from when they visit your website? Well, that's where this lady comes into play. She's handing out some useful information to visitors who come to the website in exchange for their email address. And that email address is getting stored into this filing cabinet for use later. But it's not enough to just store those email addresses in the filing cabinet. They serve absolutely no purpose in the filing cabinet. We've got to make use of them. And what do? Well, we send out the ferry to come and bring them back to the island. Here's the ferry here. To get on the ferry, all you need is to purchase a ticket with your email address. And so more people can come on the ferry. This ferry is like your newsletter. It's bringing them on, bringing them back to the island, and the newsletter is telling them that there's something interesting happening on the island. Come back to the island and have a look. That interesting piece of information could be something that helps them, and they want to come back to the island and take a look again, and that's the equivalent of your blog post. So you give them a little bit of a taster on the boat, they come back to the island to get the rest of the information, and then they might actually decide, I actually want to be on this side of the island where you get sunbeds and refreshments, and turn into a paying client then. Or they might decide to be a VIP and enjoy the luxury stuff that they've got on the island. But then again, they may not. So that's fine. We've still got their email address, and they will still get another ferry that they can come back on with more useful information, and this can keep going on and on and on until actually they're ready to buy now. Or it might be that they've changed their mind and they drop off, so they're no longer a prospect anyway. You still want to be able to contact them, bring them over on the ferry so that they can experience a little bit more of you again and what it is about the island, what's great about the island, and they can get a taster and see, actually, I'm ready to buy now. I'm going to become a resident on this island and buy a little plot of land and enjoy the facilities that these other residents seem to have. So that's how you turn your island from being totally isolated and lost out there on the internet to somewhere that people can actually find you, visit you frequently, and turn into paying customers.